All right, everybody, welcome to the Studying Brew, episode 1231 on this beautiful Thursday evening. It is the only Studying Brew of this week. It is the last Studying Brew of this week. It is the last of the free of the week. We wanted to touch base with you because it's been a minute since we've seen you. We had some boot camps that took precedent over doing the Studying Brew. Brandy had a lot of stuff going on. But first, my name is Andy. I am the guy that runs the back office over here at KonaButterflyz. I'm the guy that annoys Brandy, but you're not here for my annoyance, nor what I do in the background. You're here for Brandy. She's got her Series 6, 63, 26, 65, and her Series 7, which makes her more than qualified to teach you all the things you need to know. So that way you can pass these exams, right? More than qualified. We had some great boot camps. We had an SIE last week on Friday and Saturday, I believe, right?
Yes.
Everything seems like a blur. Friday and Saturday we had a great one out there in LA. We had a lot of turnout for the on Zoom and in the person. So it was great to see everybody. We took a lot of notes on how to be better. We're gonna have some surveys going out to people who actually attended. But yeah, it was really good. Got through a lot of content, showed people how to do some techniques. And we're probably going to do another one next month. Same with we did the Series 65. We actually had a really special student in our session. If you're in Primerica, you might know him. His name is Mario Arizon. I don't mean to drop the name, but hey, you know what I mean? If you got like the King of England watching your movie at the theater, of course you're going to say the King of England is watching my movie at the theater. I'm not saying he's the King of England, but he's pretty big in the Primerica world, and he was a great student, and it was good to have him in there. And we had an awesome time doing that too. We had a great turnout in person, great facility at the office. Man, it was pretty awesome actually, pretty amazing. And then we got through a bunch of content, got into some breaking down of those 65 questions, and doing some more techniques. We're gonna actually have a follow up for all the people that actually attended that and paid for that thing. We didn't have it open to the public, so I didn't advertise it for everybody to go. This was only for that office. I knew that we knew that Mario was going to go, so we wanted to keep it kind of just for his office at this one. And plus, it was our first one, so we weren't really sure how it was going to go. And so we were kind of like given a little bit of a leadway to like try it, guinea pig it out, if you will, on this office. So now that we kind of worked out some bugs, we're gonna have some more those boot camps bug free, and we're gonna be bringing those out soon, probably next month as well. I don't know. We'll see how Brandy feels. It's a lot to do. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of energy. It's a lot of stuff, right? Um, so as we were going through it, and you get to meet all you folks, and we're doing these boot camps, and we're listening to people, and we're listening to what their hangups, their holdups, their whatever it is, their what do they say? I can't, right? Brandy, go ahead and share the screen. Uh, and you hear people say I can't, right? That for whatever reason they can't. Um, thing about I can't is if you take the word I can't, right, and you write it down. They call it a backronym. Did you know that this is what this is called? So like the thing where we talk about the liquidation.
Mm-hmm.
So write no, not that way. Write it down the page, vertical, like you do your what is it called? The liquidation, steps of liquidation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like that. So I can't. This is a good one. Um, I saw this and I was like, I can't stands for I completely admit not trying. That's what that means. I know I saw that and I was like, that's actually pretty good. I have another one. Do you want to do that one too?
Sure.
Fail. First attempt in learning. I think that's pretty good too. How about fear? These are the biggest things we hear, right? False evidence. I know it's a big word, huh?
Um, no, it's just I had to write everything.
I'm trying not to, you're picking colors and doing stuff. So false evidence appearing real. That's pretty good, huh?
Hmm.
Here's the thing with I can't, like I'm afraid, I'm fearful, I fail, all those things, right? These are actually pretty good, I feel like, for you to write down because these are pretty good on just kind of giving you that positivity when you say these words or turning these negative things into positive or looking at these negative things we tell ourselves and turning them into more of a positive message, right? Or being more honest with what these are really saying, right? And I feel like these are pretty like I think these are pretty awesome, right? I completely admit not trying. When you say I can't do something, what you're really saying is usually, as a lot of times is, I'm afraid, I'm afraid to fail. I'm afraid I'm not learning this. I'm afraid this is difficult, right? This is not easy. This is a lot harder than I thought it was. I'm being challenged by this. This is frustrating. These are all things that you guys probably say to yourself, right? I thought this was going to be easier. I thought this was going to be whatever it is, fill in the blank, right? But I can't really, really is just saying you're not trying. And I feel like that's pretty honest because it's usually not the content. It's usually not all of these things. It's just that we're being challenged harder than we thought it was, or what we thought in our brain it was going to be. And we don't like that uncomfortableness. I can't tell you on how many smart people I know um, that they're like, hey, I never failed a test ever in school. I never scored an F ever in my life. I've never failed an exam ever in my life before this. I never ever gotten a bad grade ever. Right, Brandy? If you've heard it many times, right? And we're not talking about like just people who didn't go to college, whatever, right? This is not that conversation. I'm talking people who have gone to off to higher education, people who are doctors, they're lawyers, they're this, they're that, whatever the title is, right? Or they're just avid students when or and you know, very smart people in school and they just never had this type of a challenge. People that maybe they didn't go off into school, maybe they're just really brilliant business people, or maybe they're go-getters, maybe they're just people that have never had a challenge that's challenged them like this and they don't like it. So it's not that you can't, it's just that you're not willing right now. And it's frustrating you. And it's quite frankly sometimes pissing you off in every way, right? And sometimes we got to look at things like this, and then it helps us admit what our real problem is and where we're really lacking at or where we're really struggling with. And then usually 90% of the time, it has nothing to do with the content, Brandy, right?
Right.
Brandy will sit down with a lot of brilliant men and women and she'll go through a quiz with them and they'll break it down and Brandy will like, you said the answer like 5 minutes ago and you didn't click it and you just sat there and just kept overthinking it until you got it wrong. But you had it right in the very beginning. Or they'll say everything that is right, but click the wrong answer. They'll reason out everything perfectly and then click the wrong answer. So it's usually not the issue of not knowing this stuff. It's not usually the fact that you guys can't get the answer is that you're unwilling to click the right answer. You're unwilling almost to not see your own truth. It's almost like you don't believe in it. It's almost like you don't believe in yourself. It's a lot of inner thought. And guys, and I know there's sometimes some people look at our thing on our live Zooms and our membership and they go, oh, you guys have that thing on Monday. I already know how to study. I don't need to go to that mastery thing where Brandy talks about how to like master your mind. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. I'm telling you guys, a lot of times that's the hang up. A lot of times that's really the hang up. It has nothing to do with anything else other than yourself. And that sucks to say it, but sometimes that's really it. It has nothing else to do but your hang up in your own head about how you feel about doing exams and how you feel about yourself and your own trust in yourself to click the dang right answer. I'm telling you guys right now, Brandy is not a violent person. That is true. But sometimes she really feels like sometimes she wants to smack a person because they really, well, you do. You're like, if I could smack them, I would because they pick the right answer all the time, but they won't pick it. And it's frustrating.
Mhm.
Brandy's not a violent person. She would never smack anybody. Well, I wouldn't say never because that's not true, right, Mona? There's probably an incident somewhere in there.
Right.
We could go through it. I'm sure there's somewhere in there Brandy would do it. Anyways, through the boot camps, through learning all this stuff, I just want to bring that to your attention. And one of the things we did, that was one of the things that when we did the 65 boot camp, even Mario pointed that out. He really was talking about that as well. He was talking about, self belief, and also you can do this because someone did say the word I can't in there. And some people were saying this is really tough and all these negative things. And it really is about your positive mindset. And it really is what we talk about on here all the time. Positive mental attitude really gets you the win. And guys, if you don't have a program that doesn't just give you just the content and doesn't give you the strategies and doesn't give you just the content, I mean, all the things, the techniques, the strategies, and the positive mental attitude, we have it all. You need to check it out because it's worth it because it feeds into everything you do. It feeds into not just this and passing an exam, but it also feeds into the fact that it'll help you out in every way and start getting that word I can't out of your vocabulary and start really believing in yourself. I know it's the hardest thing ever because sometimes I know it's crazy, but I'm not the most positive person and I have to work hard at it. I really do. I really do. So does Brandy. We all do, right? And one of those things is it'll help you out in getting a pass notice. It really will. And so we have course videos, we got live member sessions, we got that small group tutoring, we got one-on-one tutoring, we got books for sale, SIE 663 2665. I know I've been saying this for a minute, but if you have our SIE book, um, that's going to be the first one. All the videos will unlock whether you're a member or not. So if you buy that digital copy, you will have those videos in there as you go through it. That is coming soon. It's literally just takes me a long time to unlock every single one of those videos that Brandy has in there. But those are going to be one of the things that we will be a benefit of going to our boot camps. You get the books, you get the whole thing. And then also, as these times are a little tough right now, you can get our book for $30 and you get the book and you get the videos and you got a nice little program you can go through. But if you're going to want those techniques or strategies like you're going to see a little bit of tonight, guys, it's a complete program. It's a complete system. It is a complete system to get you to a pass notice. It's not just about passing one exam, it's about passing multiple exams. That's what we're selling you here. It is not just one, but many exams. And that's what the system's all about. Kona community on the Discord, reach out and help. We can help out. You can get help. You you can also help out others. It's a great community to be a part of. 951-290-3077. Give me a call, give me a text. KonaButterflyz at gmail.com. Scan the QR code and hit the links. Yeah, we resisted the boot camps for many times because we always feel like boot camps always leave people hanging where you just dump a bunch of content and say good luck. And that is not one of the things that we want to do. We want to refine when we come to your town, your city, your office, and we want to make sure that you guys not only get the content, at a rapid pace, but we want to make sure you have a plan to go forward and to move forward and have a strategy and a technique in those few days that we meet. So, yeah, so this will be something that we'll be more expanding on in the future. All right, you ready?
Yeah.
Tomorrow we have the 26 and the 63. I don't know how she does it, but she put together 26 and the 63 going over some hot topics that'll be on the exams or heavily tested on the exams. I should say this, we do not have the exam, so I don't know exactly what's on the exam. I'm just saying it is hot tested topics according to FINRA and NASA. And so make sure that you're in those. You don't want to ever miss the 63 and 26. And that's it. Ready? All right. Oh, replays are available. Oh yeah, we did have a passer, but I don't have any of the pictures.
We just have a name,
Go ahead.
Frank. He passed the 63.
Congratulations, Frank. And actually, we had another passer, Ruth. She passed her 63. Also, I also learned that one of our students in there, I can't remember. I know where he was sitting.
Is
Glasses.
it, oh, Brian.
Brian. Brian passes
Okay.
SIE 663 and now going for a 65. He said he had all his pass notice pictures ready to give me, but he didn't know where to put them. So
Right
he
here.
passed three. So we have about 5 or 6 different people who passed. So there you go. Congratulations. Frank wanted to talk on the studying brew, but gave no pictures and did not show up. So with that said, you ready to go?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it.
What am I gonna say? They're in the Hall of Fame in our hearts and in our minds. Until
Yes.
they give me the picture, I can't really put the
Yes.
picture up on the wall.
Exactly.
So, but we can't wait for that to happen. All right, you ready?
Yes.
All right, what are we doing tonight, Brandy?
We are doing our traditional test taking techniques. We're going to
Next
answer
questions.
6 questions with no content.
I love those days.
6 questions, no content.
I love those days.
They are fun.
They are fun.
They are fun. So I'm going to put it right here. No
Do you know what they are?
content. Fun?
I was gonna say that, but no.
Oh,
Because he said it like 3 times. I'm like, ridiculous. No, do you know what it is? Relieving. Because if you don't know the content and you don't know where you're at on the exam, and you're gonna guess anyway, and I stress this a lot in the boot camps. Brandy does too. Look, we're not saying that you don't need to know content. We're not saying you don't need to study some of this stuff. What we're saying is, if you're in the exam and you are going to just go ahead and guess that C answer because it's the longest, don't do that. Go with the technique.
right.
Have a strategy. Go about. And also, Brandy brought up a great point in the boot camps. Guys, there's a lot of people out there that are just literally saying, "Hey, leave the first 10 blank. Never leave questions on the exam blank." You know why?
Mhm.
Because if you run out of time, those are 10 questions that are wrong.
Right.
Guaranteed 100%. Because there's no answer there at all. You have no chance. So instead of doing that, do a technique instead, and then if you went through the technique on the 10 and you have time, go back and overlook and look it over and give it a look see. And you still like, you know what? Those 10s are just as good as it's ever going to get. Go with it. So here you go. Here's a technique. Here's a strategy. And also shout out to Michelle in Utah. I miss you.
Okay.
Welcome back.
All right. Ready?
Hmm.
Okay. It's a lot of words. And look, I'm coming off of I just want you guys to know. I'm coming off of 5 days of 4 of them being something like that. There's a lot of I did a lot of content over
I'm
the
just gonna
last
say
five
this. There was a
days.
lot of blank
6 days.
staring today. There's a lot of blank staring. I had to go and look at Brandy in the car, and I'm like, "Are you okay?"
Yeah.
And she's just staring off into the distance as if someone stole her marbles. She's like,
The poor live sessions today. No, I'm back, guys. I promise tomorrow will be better.
she's gonna eat her Fruit Loops tonight. I was gonna say Wheaties, but she's not gonna eat Wheaties. She'll eat her Fruit
yeah,
Loops.
exactly. All right. So I do see in the chat that somebody did put and on there, but I want you guys to see how I did this because I don't like reading if I don't need to read. And I do see like an account that provides an account that provides. Does that make sense? I kind of didn't look at C or D because neither one of them starts out that way. Does that make sense? And then honestly, I saw the group of services and then I saw, trading for a cost, right? So I'm like, okay, that's what I'm going to kind of look for in this amazingly short question. And then I just backed it up, if I could be completely honest, with the fact that that had and. Now, here's the thing. Here's the thing. I don't know why, but if you guys see one answer choice that has the word and, a lot of times I see, you notice what you hear what I'm saying? A lot, not
Not every
100%,
time.
but a lot.
And you don't need to send me a screenshot when it didn't work.
Too many to ignore if you're not answering a question based on content.
And it didn't work. Here's a screenshot.
Yeah, guys, I know sometimes it
That
doesn't,
doesn't work.
but a lot of times it does.
Remember, this is if you were gonna guess anyway, what do you have to lose?
Exactly. And look, it's a wrap. So that means it's a group. Does that make sense? So even by a word match, no content. That's not securities content.
No, it's just like knowing of what a burrito and a wrap is. It's gonna
Exactly.
have many ingredients that's gonna require an and somewhere in there.
So we have two answer choices that are similar. We have one answer choice that had an and. They just both happen to be A. And then we combine wrap with group.
Always love a good charcuterie board picture. I ignore them, but no, I'm just kidding. That's rude. No, I always find those fascinating. The time and intricacy of people putting together charcuterie boards.
Those rows, like the salami roses.
I just feel like that's an abomination. But yeah, it's worth appreciating though.
It's very nice. I actually probably could get through a whole day
I'm
just
a
by
dude.
snacking.
I'm a dude. Just give me a slice of the salami. You don't need to make a rose out of it.
All right. All right. Okay. Okay. So let's do this again, right? I got allowed to be sold, held in the name, restricted, and held. Okay.
Two
Now,
helds.
boom, boom.
That's what stand out.
That's what stands out.
Someone put a Mona in there
I didn't even get that far.
because you just saw the helds.
I just saw the helds
So most of the time it's gonna be one or the other.
most of the time, right?
Ooh,
And then who
I see the
uses
difference.
and then who uses the word the ooh, look at this too. Check this out. What?
Yep.
And what? What? And what? That's pretty crazy, right?
Yes.
Okay. So then I looked at the question and it said street name. And I really just focused on the word name. And then I saw the word name there. And that was our answer.
Yes.
Do we need to know?
When shares are held in street name.
They're held in the name of the broker dealer for the beneficial owner.
Right.
What?
It's not about the agent.
No. Or the transfer agent. Yeah. Right? Done. Easy. Boom.
Yeah, I feel like if it was the transfer agent, it would have said something about moving somewhere or something. There would have been some sort of transition somewhere.
At least movement.
Yeah, movement,
Yeah.
but there
All right.
wasn't.
So I got the market, I got a premium, I got a discount, I got par value. So we know a premium is lots of money,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
And we know a discount is less money.
yes,
We know this.
right.
We know this from
We also know the market's the whole thing,
the market is all
and we know
and
par
par
value is equal.
there you go. So if I'm looking at this, these two are opposite.
Yes, lots and low.
Yeah. Lots and low. Make sense? Okay.
Fifth Avenue, Saks Fifth Avenue, and Ross.
Exactly. All right. All I know is that if an investor purchases at 950, but there is a par value that's higher, but they purchased lower, it's a discount.
If you guys don't see where you're going, if you're hung up and you're going, where does it say lower? 950 is lower than 1,000. That's a discount. I got you.
I mean, I could have said this too, right? I could have linked it to that as well, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Hit enter too fast.
Right.
Exactly.
I would have said that too.
See, now look, that would be a dang it. You went too fast.
That doesn't mean you need to go watch a bunch of content. Doesn't mean you can go read the book 5,000 times about what all that is about. That is just a simple mistake. You're going to fix that next time.
That's a test taking skill
Yes.
that we need to refine.
Yes. It means your eyesight's going and you probably need to learn
Wow.
to get Braille on your typewriter.
Or you're just very impatient.
Okay, that too. Brandy's much nicer.
See?
I'm just saying your vision might be going.
I ain't slapping nobody.
I'm just kidding.
Okay, anyways. Exactly. Look at this. Look at this. Or, and. So I was saying to
It's like eeny, miny, and mo. We're picking mo.
and I say, guys, I say this in to our members, I say this at the boot camps. There could be a big, huge difference between these three tiny little letters, five little letters, right? The or versus the and. Or versus and. That's I'm taking one thing or I'm taking more than one thing.
Well, it's if you're at the ice cream shop, it's vanilla or chocolate, or vanilla and chocolate.
I want Neapolitan. Yeah.
Completely different.
Exactly. Exactly. And is definite. Have to have, right? Right, exactly. So look. do we even care what that question is? Or are we going to go based purely on the and? And I feel like what happens sometimes when people watch this is
There
that
was no technique. There's no
there's
content
no
in that
content.
at all.
And I feel like what happens is that people are like, okay, I need to see the question because I got to make sure that this technique is correct. Check my work.
Go ahead. And on the replay, you can pause it, look at it, convince yourself. There you go.
Okay, next.
Or you could have just did what we did and moved on already.
Well, I mean, I get, dude, you know what I would do if I were the audience
Yeah, because you're a T
because
personality
I'm
too.
him and I want to make sure that this works.
Right. A personalities checked out. They're already going
I'm
sold brandy, moved on.
I'm Googling it.
Yeah.
All right. Now
My
look.
my A personality brothers and sisters, we've moved on already.
Yeah. Now look, I got a lot of ands. I got a lot of ands. So that's not.
Probably not.
But let's just look at the words for a second. Averse and non-averse.
Yes.
I don't think I've ever heard of non-averse.
Non-averse is
Non-
probably made up.
You're either averse or you're not. Period. You're not non-averse, right?
Maybe it's in a Marvel movie, the
Right.
non-averse.
And so there's all this thing, right? Right. High return, low return. Like there's a lot of stuff going on. System, non-system, right? So I had to look at the question on this because I was gonna make a match. And I said, okay, there's two types of risk. Averse and non-averse is not a risk.
No, that's how you feel.
Investment and investor is not a risk.
No, those are people's and a thing.
High return and low return is not a risk. But I could potentially have a system risk or a non-system risk.
That is a thing.
And we should probably also maybe note that there's a non there and non there. I don't know if that would have worked. But by process of elimination, just because it didn't make sense with the word risk, we get to the right answer.
Yeah, and quite frankly, with just going with the words, there's a risk to the system, and there's a risk if they're in the non-system, right? There's a system, and then there's outside the system.
Right.
There's a risk to everything.
There is. And so the
Those
question
make
in the
sense.
chat says double dip with and non. We can't really use the
The and
technique because
yeah,
it's in all the answer choices.
yeah, vanilla is a choice on all of the ice cream sundaes, so we can't use that as it.
Exactly.
I
Otherwise,
really want ice cream, guys. I have not had ice cream in a long time now, and that's a really weird thing for me, and I'm really going through it. I feel like at an AA meeting, except for ice cream.
it's been good.
Sorry. I've been good and it's been horrible.
Would it be ICA? Ice Cream Anonymous. They should have an SA, a Sugar Anonymous.
Nobody's gonna take that serious. They're gonna like, what have you done for ice cream? Exactly. Shut up. Sit down.
All right. So when I look at my answer choices, I went, oh, look, 12 is a number. And just like the word and, if one answer choice has the word, has a digit in it, usually it's the one. But I also noticed
Front and back end.
fee, fee, load, fee. So I'm like, I'm either looking for a number or I'm looking for a not fee. Does that make sense?
Okay, so if it were me, I probably would have looked. I would probably would have leaned towards B and C
Right.
because the or, and then the fact that it has no fee in it, and then also B because it has the 12. This is based on nothing other than observations of pure technique.
Exactly. Exactly. Right.
Absolutely no knowledge of content in
Nothing.
my guesses.
Just not a fee or not or something with a number. Right. And the question says, why did I pick this color? It says, expense except. That has nothing to do with a number. So that has to be the not fee. Get it? A fee is an accept. A fee is an expense.
Sense, right?
So not.
Yeah, no matter how you slice it in any which way of any world, if someone says an expense, you know there was a fee, correct? We can all agree on this. right? If there was a fee, that means an expense. Is it on your expense account? Yes, because there was a fee. The only one on there that had no word on that had the did not have the word fee anywhere in its answer, it's front end and back end load. Now you know that those have nothing to do with fee.
Correct.
And if you didn't know, now you know.
Correct.
Studier.
Yes. All right. That's it. That's all six.
There you go. 6 questions. 6 answered. No content. Just pure sarcasm and technique. No, I'm just kidding. Just pure fun. Look, have fun with it. If you're faced with what I was saying earlier and you really are with this I can't thing and you're really with the frustration of it all, if you're really not feeling it, if you're really just annoyed by it all because you have to get these things done and you're just one of those people, you need to loosen up and have just fun with it. Go about these questions and do what we just did. Brandy literally had a lot of fun with just doing it, just going through it and making a game of these questions and just doing the techniques, noticing the patterns, and even having fun with it. Going, you know what? I'm not even going to look at the question. I'm just going to completely look at all the answers and just answer that way. Just just honing in on my skill set on just not knowing anything about it or content and just looking at what the answer choices are giving me. Right?
Right.
And it's fun. Literally, it can
Okay.
be really fun. And if you don't believe me, invite us to a party. Brandy will do this as a parlor trick, and I will be passing the hat around because it is a lot of fun to get things right when you don't even see the question. People are amazed. They take a great awe, but you know what? You too can master this skill set, and you too can help yourself and get a pass notice. Just take a different mindset, take a different approach with it, have fun with it, and get good at just not knowing anything. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. All right, everybody. We'll see you on Tuesday for the free on the Studying Brew, as far as I know, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, boss. All right. We'll be there on Tuesday for the free for the Studying Brew. All the members, we'll see you tomorrow. We'll see you on Monday. Until then, everybody, have a great weekend. Stay safe out there. Wash your hands. Don't touch your face. Don't touch your friend's face. That's all I know. And keep the positive mental attitude. PMA, everybody. Have a great night.
Thank you all so much for being on. We so super appreciate you. Practice these techniques in your quizzes. We will see you guys next time. Have a great one.